Okay, just another quick update video here. Got some bugs buzzing me here. The car's going to be parked by us this time. The trailer is going to be over here in storage. And this is probably the prettiest views we've had at a campground since we started this. Can't complain at all. We're in Montana. Specifically, we're in Lincoln, Montana. If you notice, the sites are spaced out just huge. I mean, tons of space. So we were in Cody this morning, August 4th, and headed this way. It took all day. We had a couple of stops for bathroom and food and a couple stops for fuel. We only needed one fuel stop, but we did two just to break up the trip. And it's kind of nice not to drive for long periods. So we made it safely, but with a caveat, we did have our first blowout. The car trailer actually on the driver's side, the front tire, we heard a pop and we thought something fell inside the rig because there's lots of things in the rig that make noise when you're going down the road. Rhoda usually goes and finds it real fast, and then we just know what it was. Well, she couldn't find anything. She started saying she was concerned about the trailer, and so next pullover we're going to stop and look inside. And then I saw smoke coming off the driver's side, and we had a blowout. And unfortunately, we were on a 2-lane highway coming up just barely west of Lincoln, east of Missoula. We're going to come up and pop over on Montana Highway 200 and then head east a few miles into almost to Lincoln. This campground is west of Lincoln, Montana. Anyway, it's a beautiful, stunning campground. We were just 10 minutes away, and the tire. And this 2-lane highway was incredibly busy. That's just a lot of local traffic, I guess. But there was nowhere to pull off. We'd seen other pull-offs along the way. Some of them were way too small for us. But after our tire was flat, I was seeing pieces of tire just flying off that thing and going all over the place back there. And the other tire was still running. And I was just sure any time that second tire was going to blow and we'd be dragging the trailer in the ground and tearing everything up, including the car. But I was going 20 miles an hour or less, and of course stacking up traffic behind us because I didn't have a choice. We couldn't tear everything up. I didn't think that other tire could run at any speed at all by itself on that side. So finally found a place to pull over, called the roadside service to get them coming in case we couldn't do it. And then if you saw my trailer axle grease video, we have that floor jack with us, and I had thought, hey, if we ever have a flat on the trailer, at least I could probably change it. So got the jack out, got we have 2 spare tires because usually if you lose one, you lose 2, they say. So got one of the spare tires out and used the jack to lift up the trailer, take off the bad tire. It was in terrible shape, and got the tire replaced. We ended up canceling the roadside assistance. Of course, checking the air pressure because that tire has been just riding in the trailer since we bought it new not quite 2 years ago. Pressure was at 61, needs to be at 80. So fortunately we carry an air compressor, but it was all strapped in the front of the trailer. It was going to be a bear to unstrap everything just to get that out. So I ran an extension cord from the rig to the trailer to air up the air compressor, and then took the air compressor line and tossed it. It rides in the trailer that has a flat, so I just tossed that line under the trailer. It reached the tire fine. Was able to air the spare tire up to the proper inflation PSI, 80 cold. And if you're wondering, the TPMS did not report this. We don't know why. I'm going to be opening a support case with them. It didn't. In fact, after the tire was shredded, while we were still driving, it was reporting the same numbers as it had previously, with no alarm, no alert. And it was supposed to give you a loud beeping sound if the temperature or PSI go up or down too far, and it failed to do that. So we might have been able to get some warning and slow down and avoid the blowout. But if it had sensed maybe the heat going up. But anyway, we made it safely. We had our first adventure. Rhoda was a huge help, and we stayed shockingly calm. I don't know how we did it, honestly. We just took care of business, kept cool heads, and got it taken care of. And in less than, I don't know, hour or two, somewhere in there, I didn't even keep track, we were back on the road. And of course, taking it easy. We test drove it back and forth on that pull-out spot several times before we headed down the highway. But anyway, it was a good day overall. We're here and we're all set up. Just got Starlink booted up. The Verizon and T-Mobile here in the middle of Missoula and Helena is not very good, so we're going to need some Starlink assistance to be able to work this week. So anyway, we enjoyed our day despite the blowout, and we are more than thrilled to be here. I anticipate sitting outside. The temperature when we got here was 67 degrees. The highs are in the 70s and sometimes 60s this week. There are some trails around that we're going to go find, and we're going to enjoy this day very, very much. Thanks for watching.